Have you ever fallen asleep while you were at work? Have you ever wished you could just take a nap and your work would just magically get done without you having to, do it? Well, I set out to make a completely stupid game where you have to wake up a sleepy worker before he gets caught by the boss. Because you would get fired and, that would suck. Anyway, buckle up friends, it's time to make a masterpiece. So I popped open a new Unity project and imported some placeholder characters. I got these from the Unity Assets store and they're from Cinti Studios, which make really cool low poly characters. I'll change them out later, but they're good enough for now. I started by using the built-in Unity Ragdoll creator from the Game Object, 3D Object, Ragdoll menu. By assigning the bones and making some adjustments to the colliders, I ended up with this cool Ragdoll. Nice and lazy, just the way he should be. Next, I had to figure out how to make the Ragdoll draggable, so you can whip him around and bash him into stuff because why not? So I created a C# script called draggable and I assigned it to the character. I created some float variables to control the relationship between the mouse and the character and a spring joint that snaps the character to the mouse when I click on him. This works the same on mobile too. In the update function, I test if a raycast from the main camera hits the character using screen point to ray. Basically, if the mouse hits the character when clicked, the spring joint gets assigned to the hit point. Then we assign the spring joint variables and start a coroutine called drag object, which takes a float for the distance of the hit. Here we assign some more variables for the spring joint, and while the left mouse button down or mobile tap is held down, we disable the orbit camera and assign the spring joint's position equal to a ray's position from the main camera. Lastly, if the spring joint has a connected body, then we reassign the connected body values and that's it. Great, now we can really torture this dude. This is fun, but it's not really a game if you can't score points, right? So I whipped up a simple UI to display the points, maybe some bonus points, and a sleep-awake meter and a health bar. The idea is to beat the crap out of this dude, but not kill him. We're not savages, okay? Anyway, I created a game manager script to control this stuff and assigned some floats to control points, awake amount, and health, and a bunch of serialized fields to link the UI stuff. In the start method, I assigned all the default values and created a bunch of little public functions to add points, add health, and remove health. We also have to add some functions for dying and winning. If you manage to wake the player up without killing him, then you win the level and your scores are saved in an encrypted binary file via a save manager script. This is what that script looks like. It saves your scores and stuff to a file and loads it next time you play. This is a bit overkill for a game like this, but it does make the game pretty much hack-proof. Hackers be damned. Lastly, we add a script on the character's head, so when he gets bashed, you score points. I use the built-in on-collision enter method to check if the player's head hits anything. If it does, then we add some points with the add points function we created in the game manager. If you score enough points, then you win the level. If his health decreases too much, then he dies and you lose. Pretty grim, but sometimes we need to be a little evil to make fun games, right? Speaking of evil, let's add some sounds for his head bashings and trigger the sounds in the head hit script. Good, good. Now let's create a crappy bedroom and make all the objects physics-based and have sound as well. We'll have to create yet another script to add to all the objects to control the sounds. First, we create an enum to store the different types of sounds so we can choose them in the inspector. On awake, the script finds the main audio source and list of sounds, and using on-collision enter, we play a sound based on the sound type that we choose. Who doesn't love a little carnage in the morning? Back in the test level, we can slam the dude around and he loses health, but it slowly regains over time. The more we bash him, the more awake he gets, and we also score some points. Now we really have a game that'll skyrocket to #1 on the app stores, right? What the game really needs is a boss, like a grumpy old man that comes in to check on you to make sure you're still working. I'm going to use this character because he looks like a real jerk. So I give him an animation so he looks around maliciously, and I turn him into a prefab so we can spawn him. Then we'll create a boss controller script and assign it to an empty game object in the scene. In the script, we assign some references to the boss prefab, a spawn point, and some UI stuff to alert the player that he's about to show up. If the boss shows up, you lose, But you can trick the boss into thinking that you're working by dragging the character into a safe zone. The safe zone will spawn in a random location and you'll have to get the character in there within 3 seconds or so. In the start method, we begin a chain of enumerator functions to show the boss alert, spawn the boss, and eventually get rid of the boss. If we test the game now, it's business as usual trying to wake up this lazy loaf, but then we get an alert that the boss is coming and we desperately try to get the dude in the safe zone. If we don't, then we get fired. If we get in the safe zone, then we live to fight another day. This test level is super boring, so let's give this guy a nice place. A bathroom. Everyone loves to sleep in the bathroom. So cozy, right? So now let's give this guy something to actually do. Yeah, I know he's sleeping, but that doesn't mean he still can't be productive, right? So I created a new C# script called task generator, and let's create some serialized variables for task locations, task descriptions, and references for the UI. The idea is to drag the dude into a series of floating task bubbles so he can pretend to do stuff and earn bonus points. I think the points can be used to unlock new character skins or something, but I don't think that far ahead. Anyway, in the start method, we spawn the first task. If your sleepy dude completes the first task, then the spawn task function is called again until you've completed all the tasks. In the inspector, we add all the task locations for each task and some common bathroom activities in the descriptions. If we try out the task, we basically have to hover our dude in the bubble until the star fills up, and look at that, we completed the task. See how productive you can be when you sleep all day? So I created some more levels. This is one where you're an employee at a fast food joint. You're sleeping your life away, you have tasks to do, and a super nosy boss that checks on you all the time. So this game is surprisingly difficult to play, and although it's a totally stupid idea, I still had fun making it. If you had fun on this journey with me, hit the like button and leave a comment below if you have questions or suggestions for how to make this game suck less. I have plenty of more ridiculous game ideas to make, so subscribe for more brain-melting content. And remember friends, it's okay to be exceptionally lazy, as long as you look good doing it, or something. I don't know. Bye bye for now.